We now move on to the ADB Midi. This is the largest of the three systems that we currently have. This takes between 20 and 80 kilos. Again, we've gone from a bag-based system because it allows us to place bulkier payloads in there. Provided the weight is within range, the 20 to 80, you can fit an awful lot of different equipment in there. This system takes an EDM like all the others. This EDM is made out of 4 blocks and 4 separate cardboard boxes. This fits neatly into the bottom of the bag. The main difference with this system is the parachute. We've gone for a much larger parachute. Again, it's pre-packed, there's no folding or rigging needed, and it's static line deployed. The main difference is underneath, the way the bag connects to the parachute itself. So we've used 2 carabiner clips here, and these attach onto the bag very simply, very quickly and very easily, because it's an extremely secure connection and enables us to go to the higher payloads. So we'll get this rigged up and show you how to prepare it for flight. So the payload we're going to use for our MIDI box is a representation of equipment that could be flown. This is all being flown in our testing. So we have a Griffith community water filter, we have 6 2-litre bottles of drinking water, we have a 2-litre bottle of oil, cooking oil, a 10 kilo sack of rice and 4 boxes of biscuits. Now obviously there's a representation of what could be flown, but again, provided the weight limit is between 20 and 80 kilos, there's an awful lot you can fit in one of these bags. So far we've seen the ADB Micro put together and prepared for flight in just under 4 minutes. We've seen the ADB Mini put together and prepared for flight, that was 7.5 minutes. And we've seen the ADB Mini bag, and this one took 4.5 minutes to prepare for flight. So, for direct comparison, we're going to time ourselves putting together the MIDI bag. We'll just pop the stopwatch there, and we're off. Okay, so like the other systems, the ADB Midi has an EDM tray at the bottom. The EDM tray on the MIDI bag is formed of 4 of our standard EDM systems. So we've got to put together, to begin with, 4 boxes. Here's the first. Here's the second. Again, very, very simple, just using the tape supplied. Take the boxes shut. Now these boxes form a fairly integral part of the system. These hold our EDM material in, and they're designed to crush on impact. So with a heavier load, 4 boxes work extremely well in absorbing that shock and maintaining the integrity of the load inside the MIDI bag. There we go, so there's our 4 boxes. We now insert the 4 EDM blocks. As we did before, they just open up and fit in nice and neat. Straighten these up. That's the first one. Straighten up. Second one. And finally the 4th. Okay, so with EDM in all the 4 boxes, we're just going to take the top shut. Again, no points for being neat. There we go. Right. So now we have our 4 boxes together. We're going to grab the bag. going to put the boxes into the bottom.
There we go, so that's the 4 EDM boxes in the bottom of the bag. We're now ready to put the payload in. So we'll start with the first, the water filtration kit. Followed by biscuits. Again, being a bag-based system, it's nice and easy to put bulky loads in. Pop our rice in. Cooking oil. And water. Okay, so that's the load now complete in the bag. Like the backpack, we have a lid, only this lid actually ties in internally. So we'll just tie the lid against these green loops here. And again, a couple of granny knots is all that's needed to secure that. One, that's two. Lovely, okay. Again, like the backpack, there are 4 main loops on here, but unlike the backpack, we don't need to be threading cable ties. So we take our Midi bag, again, very similar configuration to the mini parachutes. Vacuum packed, it's pre-rigged, and there's no need for any folding or additional rigging. You'll note that there are 2 carabiners underneath the bag here, so we'll just loosen those off and open those up. There we go, get those orientated the right way. Okay, so we're going to attach 1 carabiner into 2 of these loops and just lock that off, and then we're going to do the same on the other side. There's 1 loop, there's 2, and again lock the carabiner off. And there we have a completed Midi bag, assembled and ready for flight. And time on that one was 6 minutes and 30. And all that remains for the loadmaster to do is attach the static line to a hard point on the aircraft and dispatch the bag from the aircraft.